What's up, y'all? It's Emil Ennis Jr. back here with Clevver News. And in a new interview, Paris Hilton talked about her upcoming documentary where she opens up for the first time about her traumatic childhood experiences. Alright, so Paris Hilton is dropping a new documentary called This Is Paris in September. And in the doc, Paris will be opening up about her past and sharing parts of her life that she's never shared with fans before.
No one really knows who I am. Something happened in my childhood that I've never talked about with anyone. I still have nightmares about it.
And earlier this week, Paris sat down for an interview about her upcoming doc with Nikki Glazer, who was filling in as a guest host for Jimmy Kimmel. Paris revealed how she's feeling about it coming out so soon.
I'm excited, but I'm also very nervous, given the topics discussed in this film, because it's things I've never talked about before, really personal and traumatic experiences. So to talk about that publicly is obviously very hard.
And earlier this year, Paris also talked about why she decided to make this doc while stopping by the show to talk.
I started thinking about my past and what I've been through and realized just how much it's affected my life and how I was holding on to so much trauma for so long.
And while Paris herself hasn't gone into detail about what particular experiences she's talking about in the interview, People magazine obtained a preview of the project and hinted at what Paris might be referring to. They reported that the doc shows Paris preparing to discuss the mental abuse she faced as a teenager at a Utah boarding school. And the official description for the film also says that, quote, much more than a global brand or a reality star, Paris is anxious, at times lonely, and tough as nails. Surviving childhood abuse, violent relationships, and extraordinary exposure in the media, Paris projects a character of herself to the world to protect what is left of her youthful innocence. During the interview with Nikki, Paris also talked about the filming process and how she was able to show a different side of herself. Paris started off by saying, quote, obviously I'm used to being on camera, from being on camera for so long, but I've always been a very naturally shy person. And Paris talked about how different the experience was compared to her other on-camera projects like her reality show, The Simple Life.
To actually be myself was a completely different experience, but also almost therapeutic in some way, where I learned so much about myself that I had no idea of, why I am the way I am, and now I understand myself so much more.
Paris is looking forward to her fans seeing this new side of her too, saying, quote, I think when people see this film, they're really going to see a different side to me than they've ever seen before, because I honestly didn't even know who I was up until this year. So I really learned a lot about myself through this film.
But with this, I really just wanted to pull the curtain back and show my real life and talk about things that were very hard to talk about.
The film was originally set to premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival in April, but like every other event, these plans changed after the festival was postponed due to COVID. Instead, This Is Paris will premiere right here on YouTube on September 14th.
I think your fans and a broader audience will really find it compelling.
Thank you.
I mean it.
Thank you. I'm excited to be a part of the YouTube family. It's an honor.
Fans are really looking forward to seeing this side of Paris in this new candid doc. One person wrote, quote, so proud of you, Paris, can't wait. Another fan added, I've loved Paris ever since the Simple Life days. I can't wait to see the documentary. This person chimed in saying, it must be hard to feel like everything you've worked so hard for over the last 20 years is masked by a character and version of yourself you created at 18 years old. I really hope the documentary allows for people to see the real and humble side of her. Much respect. And we certainly can't wait to watch. But most importantly though, we're just glad Paris seems to be in a much better place than she was before and has learned a lot about herself through the process of making this doc. We will definitely be tuning in on YouTube. But for more on Paris, click right over here for another Clevver News video, and then let us know your thoughts on Paris's new interview and if you'll be tuning in to her doc down in the comment section below. I'm your host, Emil Ennis Jr., and I'll see you soon right back here on Clevver News. Bye guys.